Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Jinjin's Cosmic if you didn't happen to be here. Perhaps it's time to meet your soul.
When meaning matters more than diamonds, highlighting their value system. Aquarius doesn't put too much value on material things. For them, a small gift filled with meaning is worth far more than something expensive. What truly moves their heart is thoughtfulness, the story behind the gift, not the number written on the receipt. In love, Aquarius isn't the most proactive, but neither are they completely closed off. The door to their heart is always left slightly open, just enough for someone who truly cares to step through, though few are sensitive enough to notice. They don't easily express their feelings, but they wait, silently, patiently, sometimes for so long that others mistake their quietness for indifference and let the chance slip away. And even though they often remind themselves that nothing lasts forever, Aquarius is the one who tries to hold on to relationships until the very end. Not because they believe in eternal love, but because they fear loss, and every breakup, no matter how familiar, still hurts as if it were the very first time. Aquarius and the art of contradiction, intellectual and reflective. In the eyes of others, Aquarius often comes across as strange, hard to understand, even a little eccentric. They can be incredibly straightforward, so much so that their words sometimes hurt without them even realizing it. Yet, in matters of the heart, Aquarius tends to withdraw in silence rather than argue or explain endlessly. It's not that they don't care. It's just that once their feelings fade, every effort seems meaningless. On the surface, Aquarius may look carefree, even a little detached. But deep inside, they hold very high standards for themselves and for those around them. They rarely accept halfway in any relationship. That's why the closer people get to an Aquarius, the easier it is to feel confused, unsure of where the boundaries lie or what their true expectations really are. Aquarius might have many friends, but true close friends are rare. Not because they don't trust anyone, but because their inner world is vast and full of contradictions. They can crave someone to share with, while simultaneously wanting to be completely alone. And so, to truly understand an Aquarius requires more than patience. It takes a soul wide enough to embrace every version of them they carry within. Trust carefully, rebel fiercely. Sharp, memorable. Not everyone realizes it, but Aquarius actually has a circle of high-quality connections. People they can truly trust, who always show up right when needed. With just a few texts or a single call, Aquarius can turn the tide of a situation. Yet, despite that, they rarely open up easily. They dislike feeling indebted and will never hand over their full trust unless they are absolutely certain. One fascinating thing about Aquarius is how easily they are drawn to those who share similarities with them, as if discovering an alluring mirror of themselves. At the same time, their heart is just as easily captivated by personalities that are their complete opposite. For Aquarius, the stranger, the more complex, the more irresistible to explore. And one golden rule: never try to control an Aquarius. The moment you attempt to confine them within any framework, you'll witness their rebellious side, defying rules, refusing captivity. Aquarius was born to be a free bird of the skies, and no one can cage them under the label of obligation. The bearer of starlight. Aquarius is the traveler among the stars, carrying a vessel of light to pour down into the world below. For Aquarius, love isn't just about romance. It's about grand visions, spiritual revolutions, and boundless inspiration. Those born under Aquarius are always driven by a deep yearning to connect, seeking bonds strong enough to awaken the extraordinary. They long for harmony in thought, resonance in ideals, and illumination in every meaningful conversation. Aquarius may surprise others with their unconventional way of living, but it is precisely this that gives them their unique magnetism. They are free spirits, constantly reaching beyond familiar limits, bringing new light to places the world thought it already knew. Aquarius often gets teased as being cold or acting like they've never met you before, and honestly, there's some truth to that. They might forget to reply to your message for days, weeks, or forever. Yet, strangely enough, they'll remember your moon sign, the time you got hurt back in 4th grade, and even that one thing you said about not liking late-night calls after 10 p.m. Behind that disconnected exterior lies a hyper-aware mind and a heart that bruises easily. It just doesn't show in the usual ways. Aquarius isn't great at keeping up daily conversations, but they quietly observe and remember every tiny detail about the people they truly care for. So don't blame them for those random, emotional offline moments. Because once they reconnect, you'll realize they understand you at depths you didn't even know you had. For Aquarius, love isn't about instant replies. It's about silent empathy that doesn't need to be shown off. A little bit of error 404, a little bit of emotional genius. That's Aquarius. Aquarius is a zodiac sign full of contradictions. When in love, they are sincere, serious, and wholeheartedly devoted to the person they choose. Yet, because they live so much in their mind and have a habit of analyzing everything, Aquarius can sometimes come across as distant without even realizing it. They might get absorbed in work, ideas, or some personal pursuit, forgetting that their partner is waiting for even the smallest gesture of care. During arguments, Aquarius may go silent as if they don't care. But the truth is, every word you say is remembered and thought over deeply. They simply don't show their wounds outwardly, because they're used to healing themselves quietly, in silence. How does Aquarius hide their feelings after heartbreak? If you see an Aquarius go quiet, retreat to their room, or vanish a little mysteriously, chances are they're trying to heal from a breakup. On the outside, they may look rational, composed, even crack jokes like nothing happened. But inside is a tangle of analysis and thought, replaying and dissecting every detail of the relationship that just ended. Aquarius needs space, not to run away, but to see everything clearly. Once they've made sense of it, they'll gently loosen themselves from the sorrow, so quietly that no one even realizes they were ever broken. Born to be creatures of the night, poetic and intriguing, Aquarius is the kind of person who trusts easily, simply because their mind isn't programmed to think badly of others. But don't be foolish enough to take advantage of that. Once Aquarius realizes they've been betrayed, they'll erase you from their life with a cold, silent cut, no explanation needed. Stubbornness is their instinct, but don't mistake it for mindless hard-hittedness. Aquarius knows exactly what they are doing, what they are thinking, and why. Their reasoning might drive you crazy, but you'll rarely find a way to prove them wrong. And if you've ever seen an Aquarius texting at 2 a.m., posting at 3 a.m., and lost in thought until sunrise, don't be surprised. That's when their brain works at its sharpest. Who knows? Maybe they were born to be creatures of the night. Aquarius doesn't lack love, they just forget how to receive it. Warm, healing tone. One of the things that tires Aquarius most in love is the feeling of slowly losing connection, even when the other person is still there. Aquarius tends to hold too much inside, trying hard not to depend on anyone, not to get hurt. But in doing so, they build walls of their own. When Aquarius doesn't allow others to truly see what lies within, their vulnerabilities, their unspoken emotions, how can real connection exist? Sometimes, learning to open up and accept love is the only way for Aquarius to feel what it means to be genuinely loved. Aquarius doesn't lack love. They simply forget, at times, how to let it in. Aquarius and the prison of their own mind. Poetic, introspective. One of Aquarius's quiet yet hard-to-break habits is talking to themselves. Not out loud, but inside their mind, where endless conversations unfold between reason and emotion, between the present and the past. They may look calm and silent on the outside, but within them lies a world in constant motion. Aquarius, too, is human. They can be drawn to someone, even completely captivated. But even in those moments, they maintain an exterior of cool indifference, as if nothing really matters. To Aquarius, emotions are meant to be managed, not carelessly displayed for others to see. Their inner world is like a locked room, without a key, without windows. They live inside a prison of their own making, separated from the outside world by an invisible wall. Not everyone gets to step inside. Only when Aquarius chooses to build a bridge will you have the chance to cross. Otherwise, you must wait patiently or accept watching them from afar. Aquarius's solitude is not because no one cares about them. It's because they've grown used to being on their own, understanding themselves, talking to themselves, and quietly healing themselves. This is both their greatest strength and their silent wound. Aquarius, you could be called foolish, or you could be called brave. Because not everyone dares to hold onto old stories in their heart, quietly stirring up each memory until the tears fall. Is that an obsession with what was lost, or the courage to face wounds that never truly healed? Aquarius, you might be seen as overly cautious or perhaps weak, and that wouldn't be wrong. Not everyone draws hundreds of scenarios for the future, ranging from the most beautiful possibilities to the darkest fears, only to lose faith in the present. Is that the foresight of a mind preparing for storms, or the fragility of a heart too tired to trust life anymore? So, is Aquarius deep or naive? Not everyone refuses to live fully in the present, drifting endlessly between the past and the future. Is it the quiet wisdom of one who has endured, or the forgetting of the value of the moment that exists now? Perhaps Aquarius doesn't need a clear answer, because their essence always lies between two extremes: reason and emotion, reality and dreams, wounds and healing. They are not perfect, but they are always themselves, a soul tirelessly seeking meaning in every broken fragment of time.